A film nobody asked for, and even less people wanted to see. This movie has built-in anticipation since it's the last X-Men film under Fox before Disney took over. With a delay of something like 2.5 years, almost 3 years going by, it really just fell flat on its face. We start off with a monologue in the snow. Then, father-daughter running into the snow away from their exploding home. The girl hides in a tree while her father goes back to help. Moments later, though, he decided to come back. Girl runs and falls down, like they all do in movies, only to awaken cuffed to a bed, with no one around, like a one-night stand gone wrong. A doctor comes in the room to break the news. Everyone's dead from your reservation, but you survived due to her being a mutant. Then it's revealed Mystery Girl's name is Danny. She's confined to a bedroom for her own safety, and told she's safe under their watchful eye. Danny walks in on a Mutants Anonymous meeting where a Catholic schoolgirl reveals her priest beat the shit out of her for showing him her powers. Then she's tricked into believing she can escape and heads right into an invisible shield. Then, in an extremely dark turn of events, New Girl decides, fuck it, let's just end it, and climbs a clock tower to jump to her death, when Irish Billy Eilish talks her down. You catch up with Creepy Boy from Stranger Things and watch him blast off like a rocket while tethered and bouncing around in the air like a glow bug. He hallucinates being a mine worker from his past because of a rumbling dryer, then blows it up. Cut to Billy in the shared showers, giggling with Danny, insinuating they're getting really comfortable around each other, wondering if that'll be called back to later in the movie. Catfight in the Commons leads Danny, and poorly casted girl from Split getting thrown into isolation. It turns out the kids are having flashbacks into their fears, with some sort of fear-inducing mind fuckery going on. Danny has her mind trip happen to her, and they run tests because she blisters up her hands. Back to Irish Billy, now in the hospital chapel where she gets a ghostly visit from her priest, presumably, and the scares are pretty random and makes you think, is this the same universe as X-Men or a Ghost House ripoff? Hey everybody, let's take a polygraph test, huh? How fun. Or not, as we find out everyone's deepest secret, and Split Girl shows the audience how to fuck up a Russian accent and forget your character even has one in some scenes. In fact, I forgot she had one till we got to the poly test. Billy Dog takes Danny on a trip to the secret place in the air vents. Creepy Things admits he killed his dad and crew in the mines when his superpower kicked in, and while watching him talk more and more, I feel like his lines were dubbed for whatever reason. Almost on par with the Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Dolittle movie. Jesus. Now Billy and Danny. Sorry. It's just with the attention these two are getting with their encounters, you start to feel the romantic undertones, and the relationship begins to build. Feels pointless in this horror slash superhero slash rom drama slash Dawson's Creek reboot. Everyone pairs off and makes out, till Cool Guy tells us how he murdered his girlfriend due to his superpowers, and I assume that everyone who gets superpowers just kills people in the beginning, I guess. Now I know why everyone was so scared of the mutant assholes. They kill everybody. He has a vision of his girlfriend, and she's a burnt-up corpse. Boss Lady locks the facility down and regresses Danny, so she can have a callback scene thrown in for no reason to connect this movie to Logan, where Danny sees the children in the isolation testing place where the shaky camera footage came from in Logan. Irish Billy gets a visit from her murdered priest, and we find out Danny can get in people's heads to show them their fears. So I guess she's the true villain, fucking everyone's minds up? Boss Lady gets an email to collect Danny's blood for some samples and kill her. While she sets up to end Danny, the rest of the kids hear music from Split Girl's room and find the fucking slimy-faced Slender Man. And him and buddies attack her and Creepy Things, while Irish saves Danny and they discover Doc Lady was about to kill Danny from email orders. and Doc is a mutant that has force field powers that starts squishing Danny so her powers can't cause everyone to keep living in their darkest fears. And just then, I shit you not, a giant demon bear eats Doc and attempts to eat everyone else as they flee with Danny passed out in their arms. Then, in a battle between Split Girl and like a 5-story bear, we see a dragon puppet she carries around is a real dragon. Yeah. Meanwhile, Danny is in a coma where only Billy Wolf can talk to her in her head, trying to bring her back. Flame Boy finally nuts up and fights the bear alongside Split Girl for about 10 seconds till he ends up gum on the bottom of the bear's paw. What the fuck? Danny finally gets her shit together after her father comes and visits her in her spirit world and calms the savage beast. And poof, it vanishes like a ghost. So freed from their demons and their prison, the kids wander off out the gate to search for purpose. And this movie ends and concludes the giant legacy that was X-Men at Fox with a whimper. The end. Just over 90 minutes, this movie was a sad end to Fox's era of X-Men, where we were introduced to a wide array of characters with the core trilogy alone, where we saw horrible usage of awesome characters in itself, but I'll get to that another time. This story is so watered down with characters and scenes so forgettable, I can't even recall very many from 5 minutes ago in my head. And that's not just the weed talking. There were no meaningful moments between characters except Danny and Irish Billy kissing. No names stick to characters because they don't matter. Even though none of these kids are killed by the end, you kinda wish a few were. Split Girl had no clue how to play her character, mostly just looking at people like she's about to cry, and fucking up her accent were what we got. Flame Boy and Creepy Things didn't do much and not even enough to remember their names. Danny, who seemed to be the only true character arc in the film, turned out to be the cause of everything, and kind of a weak fool who also happened to kill everyone on her reservation because of her fucked up powers to summon a killer demon bear within her, then going on to torment everyone in the facility by making them lose their minds and fight their fears. I kinda wish they killed her and end this film sooner because it never went anywhere, figuratively and physically. With what looked like a fairly huge budget to film with high-quality CGI and set pieces in a facility, they kept it low-budget style with a few rooms shown over and over to keep you feeling confined, I guess. During the course of the movie, you're trying to connect with characters and their backstories, but as soon as a little light is shown on them, they switch to another scene. This whole movie feels as though they shot a lot more movie. Probably the same scenes over and over and just picked their favorite ones to slap in any old order. And with Irish Dog Girl and Split Girl's accents making cameos throughout the film, it's hard to really not notice. But hey, this whole film was shelved at one point, and then dropped on our laps a steaming hot mess, like a pile of cat shit dumped on us and left for our viewing. Character development was nowhere to be found, and neither was the emotional connection. It felt like watching these kids all struggle with making their first film appearance, even though a few of them have been around for a while now. Sorry to say, but I'm not gonna miss this film, and I'm a huge fan of the X-Men. I feel that Logan was the last X-Men film for me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the credits.